I am not the only client that Janet has completely screwed over on a trademark application and then comes back and asks for more money to fix the work. And then when I don't pay it, gives me a huge surprise invoice bill for leaving my cases high and dry. There's another creator on TikTok, and her name is Raven and Rogue. I think she sells tarot cards. And Janet represented her for like some trademarks that she wanted to get done. I'm gonna play the video, react, and I'm also gonna play you snippets of my video where I told what happened with me. I'm just really trying to hit the point home that we really need to like get her law license revoked. I'm really looking forward to getting more donations on the GoFundMe. You can also buy the anti-Janet merch. I don't make money off of any of that stuff. That all goes towards my lawyer. There's obviously cost of goods for all the anti-Janet merch. And all that money goes to Printful. Cost of goods, 50%. The rest of it, like it's around 50%. The rest of it goes to my lawyer. And we are still in the trenches right now fighting this lawsuit against Janet. And yeah, I really just need more help. I hate begging for money. It's not something that I ever wanted to do. I've just already spent $45,000 now on this lawsuit. Can't spend any more of my own money. I really can't. But I could settle. I just won't be able to take her off the streets if I settle. We won't be able to get her law license revoked. I don't think that's something that's on the table. So I'm going to play to you and show you that this is affecting not just me, but tons of other people. And if I have the ability to take her off the streets, we should all band together. And I do want to say thank you to every single person that has donated to my GoFundMe, every single person that has bought the anti-Janet merch. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. But I do know that there's a lot of people that have been watching my videos. They've been watching Runkle's videos, Cece Suarez, but they haven't bit the bullet. And like, I'm telling you, like $5 is enough. It's like if everyone donated $5, we would have been there at that goal. And I could go forward and not settle with her. I'm being careful because I know her side watches all my videos. So I'm just going to stick to the facts and show you what this other person is saying happened to her. And I'm going to show you what happened to me. And you be the judge. I personally think that she's going to keep doing shady stuff to people so long as she's able to practice law.
So there is something going on with the mortician and their attorney and a bunch of other people and wellness checks and all kinds of other stuff. Well, have I got the story for you? Because I used that attorney about 2 or 3 years ago. And I will say it went poorly. Why, Pam? I will tell you. Now, this is just me recounting my own personal experience with this person. This isn't anything, just, I'm not even adding to the thing. I'm just more or less like telling a funny story of what happened because it's a doozy. 2 or 3 years ago, I was kind of still in the beginning stages of my company and I wanted to start doing some trademarks.
So this sounds very similar to me. Same thing. Except for Janet reached out to me and told me to hire her. She could help fight my cases. But in order to fight my cases, she needed to get these trade dresses done. She said it would make our cases stronger. She could fight the case without it, but it wouldn't be as easy. So for us to get like an easier win, she told me I need to get these trade dresses done, which is trade dress is a subset of trademark.
Now, I think I had already started the process of like trademarking the name Territorial that I was doing for my tarot deck. But then I was like, maybe I should also trademark my company name. I had a mutual on here. It was a very large creator. It's not a mutual anymore. And I'm not going to name their name because I'm not getting in the middle of this shit. So don't even ask me. This mutual of mine very highly regarded this attorney and suggested them to me. Now, the reason I was excited to use this one is because they were in my state. They were in Illinois, and they were specifically an IP attorney. So I was like, rock on. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I had, the discovery call. We did all of that. And I remember asking specifically, I want to do Raven and Rogue, because that's my company name. So we trademarked the logo. Good job. Like, cool, great. You trademarked the logo. You've also trademarked the company name, right? I mean, kinda. The fuck is that? Buddy, that's not what I asked you to do. When I asked her about this, she's like, well, your logo has a plus sign in it. Right? It's just a stylized ampersand. And then got into this whole debate with semantics and that shit. It wasn't what I asked you to do. What I asked you to do is Raven and Rogue and then the logo. So then I was given a quote to fix it. I'm not going to pay more for you to do another one when you didn't even do what I asked you to do in the first place. So anyway, I kind of wrote this person off and I was just like, whatever. I want to say like a year went by. Well, I get an email with a bill. I got two, actually, I think. 2 different bills for maintenance fees on a trademark that was filed wrong, that I don't even use. I mean, I use one of them. I'll give her that. So when I asked her about it, I was like, hey, I haven't heard from you. I haven't heard anything. I kind of forgot you exist. What have you been doing? We're going back and forth. I'm getting very passive-aggressive emails and messages from her, which is super great. So I go, hey, I'm seeing all of these videos on TikTok of like a bunch of my mutuals and other people that are getting like holiday gifts from you. So you have time to do all of that, but you don't have time to email me and tell me what you're doing for me? And this person, she goes onto her TikTok account and makes this video, like just a friendly reminder, if you're going to move, you need to update your address with your attorney and blah, blah, blah. And then references like, you know, that attorney might send you Christmas gifts. And
I remember seeing that video. I remember seeing that on her page. And I thought to myself, what in tarnation is she even talking about? Like, why is that even a video? Like, are you shaming your own clients? It felt weird when I saw that video. Now hearing the backstory, it's even wilder than what my imagination could have even come up with. This is crazy.
If you don't get one, you're going to get your feelings hurt and all of this other nonsense. Sweetie, my feelings aren't hurt. I'm annoyed because you're sending me bills for hundreds of dollars and you can't even regard me enough as a customer to either A, send me a holiday gift, or B, send me an email to let me know what you're doing for me that's going to merit a bill for hundreds of dollars. I will say that having been on the customer end with that lawyer, I had a terrible, terrible experience. And seeing all of this tea now with that context, I will say it's particularly delicious. That's all I'm going to add to the thing. Just a customer experience. But I'm going to go make some popcorn now for the rest of this.
That's so funny. She's funny. I like her. I hope that she's grabbing popcorn watching this too and watching my stuff. I don't know if we're mutuals. I'm following her though. All right, so yeah, I'm sick. I got off. It's like every time a Janet video pops off, she has a voodoo doll and she sticks a needle in my neck of the doll, and I like literally I get sick. So right after Runkle put up his video, I got really sick. I'm joking only slightly because I know she represents people that do that kind of stuff. I think she represents. I have to say allegedly. Sorry, my God. Anyways, it's a joke. Freaking if her lawyers are listening, it's a joke. Listen. Yeah, I'm sorry for coughing. What she's saying is the same unethical behavior that I was dealing with. This to me seems like a pattern, and I'm glad she posted her video. I'm glad I'm posting my video because from my knowledge, I think she still has some clients, and I'm worried about her driving up the bill for those clients now because I know that right now a lot of Janet's activities are expensive. Like, for instance, this lawsuit. She's being sued by me. There's a countersuit. She's plaintiff / counter defendant now. And I know that the stuff from my side is getting quite pricey for her and her team. She has a insurance that is going to cover a large portion of it, but I believe it's only up to a certain amount. So what that certain amount is depends on the type of insurance that she got. I don't know if she got like the best insurance in the world or what she did, but it's crunch time for her now. She's got multiple lawsuits running amok. She herself is on the line for a lot of lawsuits. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense how she's behaving and what she's doing. So I am worried, genuinely worried for her other clients. I don't know many of her other clients, not mutuals with any of them, not friends with them, but that doesn't mean I can't be concerned for them. I genuinely just don't want her screwing over any other small businesses with like saying she'll do trademark work, not doing it right the first time, getting in trouble, and then telling the client, here, you need to give me more money to fix it, or to do it better this time, or to do the next step this time because I didn't do it the first time through. And then when the client says no, she surprises the client with a surprise bill. As you guys remember in my 3-hour video, I talked exactly about this experience, and I'm going to insert that clip here. So just to remind you of how ridiculously similar my situation was to what Raven and Rogue is talking about. Also, around this time, our trademark application for the trade dress came back, and the USPTO attorney came back and said, like, hey, you need to like show us evidence for distinctiveness. That's what it is, the word distinctiveness. And basically you have to prove that like your pearlescent thingy is like different than other primers or whatever. You can do like consumer surveys and so yada yada yada. Recently Glossier did like a trade dress right on their pink envelope packaging that they give products in. So that's what they did, like consumer surveys and stuff like that. So I read what Glossier did. I read what like a lot of other businesses did, and we kind of had an idea like how to go about this. But long story short, she already took me a flat fee from me to work on this like trade dress, right? And now she's asking for more money to do the second thing, which she was like, yeah, 99% of the time you always have to do a response. And I was like, so why wasn't that like told to me up front? Like, that to me seems shady. Like she's not telling me this additional work needed to be done. All right, if anybody questions like if I actually paid her, I don't want her to like allege that I didn't actually pay her. Here's the receipt from my Google, the receipt that I actually paid her the amount for this particular thing. And you'll see the dates line up with the actual invoicing that she submitted to the court. Oh my God, what's that in the yellow? Flat fee. What does that mean, guys? I guess to Janet, it means you can bill more. But yeah, she said that she was going to do this on a flat fee. She should know what the work entails with a flat fee for the trade dress. Flat fee. It was paid. I showed you the receipt. It was paid. This work was paid. That's so Janet. That's so Janet. All right. And then I do want to also show you one more other thing, situation. When we got rejected from the trademark office, this is the response she sent to me. She's like, as a side note, I've never been so happy to receive a rejection in my life. I'm reading this email and I'm like, did you not do it right the first time? Like, what's happening here? Why are you asking me for more money? And so I end up getting on a phone with her and I'm like, what the actual Janet, like what's going on here? What are we talking about? And she's like, no, I talked to the USPTO attorney and she's really nice. She just said we need to show acquired distinctiveness, AKA what makes your product special and unique. And I said, aren't we showing what's special and unique in the lawsuits as well? Because there's a bunch of pages that are showing acquired distinctiveness on our Schmoody Schmender lawsuit. And then we also have that for three-faced. And I have to help you with the consumer surveys. I'll do the consumer surveys for you, no problem. But number one, why didn't we include that in the first place? And number two, if you don't normally include that in the first place, why am I getting billed for it separately? Because we got to do it for the lawsuit too. Do you see the problem? It's like double dipping. That's how I felt. I'm like, you took a lump sum to get the trademark done. You got it rejected. Okay. Now what? What do we have to do that's different that you're charging me this extra amount for? Oh, you got to explain why the product is special. Why didn't you do that in the first place? Okay, fine. You didn't do that in the first place. We're doing that on the two lawsuits. That exact work is covered under the lawsuits that you are getting 35% of the winnings. Why are you doing this now? That's where I was like, she's trying to double dip. And she literally thinks I'm a rich
fucking brat, and that's why she's trying to get more money out of me. And I'm gonna show you that evidence too. Trust me, this video is so long, you want to stick around. She thinks I'm a rich fucking brat. That's why she keeps trying to invoice me and bill me. I want to remind you that Janet herself said that my rights are covered under common law. So even if I said, you know what, Janet, if it's rejected, is rejected, so what? She would still have to fight my case on contingency, and I don't need to go forward and get this trademark done because I'm still covered under common law because I was first in commerce with the product. So I technically, this is not a good reason to withdraw. If our lawyers are listening, I'm still covered under common law. So she cannot use this as her reason for withdrawal either, but she might because, I mean, 2 + 2 = 5 in her head, so she's nuts.
So as you can see, it just seems like Janet has a particular way of moving around her business, and that would be not doing it right the first time, billing the client to fix her mistakes or do it better the next time. And then when the client says reasonably, no thanks, what's going on? Why do I need to pay you more? If it's a one-time fee, you should have covered everything in the one-time fee to get the job done. And then afterwards send surprise invoices to the client, which were not approved of prior to her doing said work. And also completely against what she promised the client that she would do on the onset of getting the client onboarded. So in business terms, we call this bait and switch. When you say one thing to get a customer and then you deliver something completely different. It cannot be that only me and Raven and Rogue have had this issue with her. I think there are several other clients. There have been a couple of people that reached out to me, but I'm just too busy to figure that out. All of the stuff. There are some people that reached out to me and then didn't follow through with telling me their story about Janet. Maybe they're scared of her, and rightfully so. I'm not going to push anybody to tell me their story, but it does sound like this is something that Janet does more than once, which is why it is really, really crucial that we raise money on that GoFundMe. Because like I said, my only option right now is to settle with her, which I can do, but then I cannot guarantee us getting her law license revoked. Of course, I could ask the judge for that, but without going to trial, I don't think that we have that as an option. So I would love to take this case all the way through to trial, but I can't do it alone anymore. So this is, again, another time for me, and it's very uncomfortable. I don't like doing this. It's the freaking worst. And then on top of that, there is a troll that is like saying I'm profiting off of this stuff. No, I'm not profiting off of any of this. It's all going to my lawyer. In fact, I've just paid another lawyer bill while I was sick, and that was thousands of dollars. So basically, let's raise that capital if we can. If everybody could just donate $5, we would have gotten to our goal already. And I don't know what else to do to help convince you guys that this is a serious matter. There are multiple people that have been affected by Janet's unethical, fraudulent behavior. Please help me. At the end of the day, I will still be able to settle this case and get out, and probably get out with a fat check. And that's not the meaning of this video, though. The meaning of this video is I really want to take this all the way to trial so that Janet can see the repercussions of her unethical behavior, so she can't do this to anybody else. If you guys understand what I mean, you understand what I mean. If you don't understand, then that's okay. Don't worry about it. This video is not for you then. That's where I'm coming from. Hi, Bryant. Hi, Janet. See you Wednesday.